Hello, so I'm here to channel messages from the Primordial grandmother. She appeared to me in a very sacred way yesterday, and I don't feel the need to explain it further because it was so sacred. And if you're called to this reading, that is a sign that she will appear to you also. And some things are just left between us and spirit, the magic. So I'm just gonna pull a card from this deck. This is a new deck that I just got, and I'm absolutely in love with it. And I got it because I've been really drawn to primordial energies, primordial water, like my channel name, the primordial grandmother. And we can all connect with that all beings of the light, that eternal seed of light and love. So let's just pull one card and see what the primordial grandmother wants to speak about today. Ooh. So we have Hestia. I don't know if I said that right. Beautiful. The light and dark. Opposites. I've been thinking about that a lot and been getting a lot of messages about the light and dark within ourselves and in the world. So I'm just going to read from the book first, because this is a new deck, so I don't know it. This is the number 13. Hestia, home. The care you have for your home is the care you have for yourself. Let a flame of affection and inspiration light up your environment. Make this place a piece of you, and remember your steps will take you far. But nothing is more important than having a place full of love to return to. So Hestia shows us how important it is to take care of the environment we live in, because that is where we will rest and renew our energies. When we are attentive to our home, it means we are attentive to what is most intimate in us. Alright, so right now you could be struggling with something in the home. Alright, I just want to pull some clarifiers. We have the Hangman and the Mask. Putting on a show, hidden motive, ego, projection, persona. And then we have inspiration, illusion, spirituality, intuition, psychic abilities, delusion, enlightenment. That's an interesting combo. So just want to pull more cards because this message isn't quite clear to me yet. Okay, so we have the Chariot and the Sun. So you are heading toward, this is about heading towards enlightenment. I just wanted to clarify the Mask. So something is concealed. Just reciprocity. This is the Six of Pentacles. Okay, one more. What is concealed? The King of Swords, fair-minded. And the Page of Swords. Okay, there might be information coming in that is challenging. Alright, we're gonna pull one more from this new deck. I love the back of the cards. Matches my outfit, kinda. Alright. Ooh, we have Sekhmet and Aphrodite. I love the image on these cards. So I want to read about Sekhmet here. Really. And look at this. This happened yesterday with these cards. So I feel like whoever's drawn to my channel in this video, you may be on the twin flame journey, because that came to me without me even knowing about it. Went through experience, kind of pushed it away, but I'm seeing signs of it returning again. So even this might even be like divine union with like your spirit self, right? Which is like coming in alignment with your highest self. Because right here I'm seeing 1441. So you could also be a part of the 144 collective. And if you know, you know. I'm not going to get into that in this video right now. So we have Sekhmet, truth. I come like a wind to whisper advice to you. It's about the liberating power of the word sincerely spoken. It's normal to disguise our truths for convenience, but this diminishes our potential. The sincere word spoken with delicacy and precision is like a key, and with it all the doors of our journey can be opened. Sekhmet wants us to stop hiding, to stop adapting to what is not good for us. Sincerity is a tool that will make people respect us more and relate to us more honestly. This closer relationship with the world is what will make us feel more complete. Our strength lies in our ability to make ourselves clear. Wow, so this is why I love tarot. Spirit speaks so clearly. I had to keep drawing cards because I wasn't sure. But yeah, so this card, Neptune, Enlightenment, came out with the mask. So what is the thing that is blocking your enlightenment is this mask that you're wearing. And it's something within society. It's you adapting to things either within your home or like work, you know, that affects your home and keeps your home running, right? So there's something about not adapting to things that hurt you, listening to your body, listening to your emotions, your cycles. Especially if you're a woman, that means you're extra sensitive and that you have a menstrual cycle. And so we're really coming back into, you know, as women going through feminism to overworking to now, I think a lot of us women are trying to find that balance. And it can be really hard. And this can be for men too, because we all have masculine and feminine within us, right? And so I was asking, like, because I was getting kind of a darker message from this, because there's something blocking us, but we are moving towards the sun. This clarified the enlightenment. The sun card is enlightenment. This is clarity, becoming clear. So you are moving towards becoming more clear in the world, and people are going to start seeing who you really are. And that's what's going to bring, you know, more reciprocity within work, home, the relationships, any situation that's heavy on your heart right now. So things are about to you're going to be able to be more logical because you're following the flow of your own body within the environment around you. And that even goes to the weather. Because I don't know about you, but the last year of my life, I've really had this strange relationship with the weather, because I'm trying to sync up myself with all the cycles, you know, not super in detail or anything, but in a very flowing way. I've been trying to get better about that. I feel like spirit brings it to my attention a lot, and that's one of the things I struggle with the most. And I was actually resisting this message because the way the cards were coming out, that's why I kept drawing, because this is not what I wanted to bring the message. But, you know, spirit, sometimes, you know, we think, oh, I might not be qualified to deliver this or that because I'm struggling with it. But that's actually how Spirit delivers messages, is through experience, through the now present moment, and through us walking the talk, right? So maybe that, I feel like that could be a message for you too. But as soon as you take this mask off and you quit adapting to the things in society that aren't true to you, you're going to start receiving. People are going to start appreciating the uniqueness within you and the things that you, like I was just talking about, things that you feel like were handicapping, like a handicap in your personality or, you know, your ability to function. That's actually going to be what brings in your abundance. And this also came out, Page of Swords is in this situation definitely about projects, starting a new project, being okay with being the beginner in something. Okay. Alright, now that we got that out of the way, I feel like I kind of want to clear the energy again. Oh wait, no, I keep trying to clear this message away. There's something hidden that we're masking, that we're hiding. So, because with tarot, it's all a reflection, you know, and the worker is a reflection of you, you know. If you're resonating with my messages, that means you're riding a similar frequency and wave as me, right? Back towards the source. We're walking each other home, back to the light. So, I'm just going to ask, what is going to help you, okay, get in the flow? Get back to your true, authentic self, the sun. Caution, okay? I'm gonna pull 3. Okay, what are we being cautious about? Fortune. Okay. And influence. And this is talking about Adam and Eve in the garden, walking, you know, naively, not realizing the dangers. And we have caution here. Okay, so there is something that you need to be cautious about, because we have a snake here too, and the thorns on the rose. Okay, and here's the abundance. The rose is this, and that's crazy. I've never noticed a snake, right? And that snake with the enlightenment at the head, that's like the Kundalini rising. So yeah, your block, the thing that maybe you're being cautious or worried about, is actually what's going to bring your enlightenment. That seems, I need more clarity there. Maybe that helped clarify something for someone. Clarify this caution card. Maybe we need to read the caution card too out of the book. Flirtation. Okay. So, right now, if you know, this is only for a specific person, okay? Or maybe a specific, yeah, anyway. If you know and you've noticed, like, one of your patterns is that right when you're about to head on the right path, you know, when you're getting your own stability and security and finding yourself, right? Getting your footing right, then someone comes in and it's a test. And we have 6 and 9 here, right? So something's going to feel off. You'll know. It's going to feel flip-flop, upside down, backward. So Spirit will let you know, and it's about you not ignoring your intuition at this time, because you've never been closer to your fortune, to the sun. I've been bringing up the sun and enlightenment so much, and we got the sun. So the caution is about not getting distracted by the opposite sex, or I mean, whoever, not getting distracted by relationships. It doesn't matter what type of relationship you have. Non-judgment here, completely. Yeah, so that's going to be the one thing that would trip you up at this point. So that loneliness, that lack that you feel, it's important to channel that into the Page of Swords projects, studies, anything that you could start that's new, that you can build on your own for yourself, okay? Interesting. I love how clear that was. We're getting very clear messages here. It's just coming slowly. So maybe that's kind of the energy for you right now. You feel like things are coming slow. I've worried a couple times that this message is coming out too slow and it could irritate people. So that's another thing Spirit's saying. Go with the cycles. The more you slow down and start listening to yourself and not adapting to people, places, and things around you, that's when you're going to start repelling things that aren't good for you, right? And the more you say no to jobs and relationships and situations that you're not okay with, then that shows the universe, okay, they aren't going to accept less, so I have to start giving more, right? Instead of seeing it as just one single person, one workplace, this will help you not get caught up in the drama of it, and it won't take your energy when you have to leave and let go of these places. See it as, if Tess doesn't sit right, just like the universe is just offering you things and seeing what you want. It's objective. It's here to hold space for you, and you're the director, the projector, and the receiver. Okay, you give out to yourself to receive. So the universe spirit is just, rather than, oh, I want this, I want that, they're looking to see what your actions are gonna be. And we got tree frog. It's a lot more fun and loose than we think. Sometimes, we think we're getting punished or a test. These are just words. So I think through my messages, I'm going to start trying to use different words for those things, because it's more of just a creative process of co-creating with spirit. And the more we can say no to things that aren't good for us, the more we can let in good things. It sounds simple, but I feel like it's going to make a big difference. Tree frog. I don't recommend or anything or promote anything, but I like to spread information about things available, like Kambo, Kambo. It's a warrior's medicine. Probably one of the most painful experiences you could go through, but it's a cellular detox. So even if you're not going to the extremes of that, this is what your DNA is going through. Because you think about the frog, literally just within its own life and its memory and its consciousness, it changes its entire being, just like a dragonfly or a butterfly. So these could be good insects, animals for you to learn about and see how they relate to you, because they're here to show you something about yourself. So you're about to change, and you're in the process of this, so you could be feeling very uncomfortable right now, even within your own skin. And it's because we are humans, so we're set in this certain, system of things. But within, your DNA is changing. You're going to start slowly noticing it in your appearance, and you'll start seeing yourself differently, looking different. Your body and time, will start slowly changing. Because as you upgrade your consciousness, it's going to upgrade your body slowly. The physical is just lagging, right? So just know, if you feel very uncomfortable, it's because you are transforming and you are about to step into a whole new life. Like the Egyptians, they knew there was 200 senses or something, or more. Is that 100 or more senses? So, and the way we're raised, and the society and everything, and just where we're at in our evolution, because we're all in this together, right? We're all one energetic, vibrating body that's just separated into different parts to compartmentalize, build connections and separate, So you're going to start sensing and feeling more things. So you've probably heard this, like, as you become more sensitive, you're going to have to be more picky and careful about who you're around and where you work and things like this. And this is because, as uncomfortable as it is, it's because Spirit is bringing you into a whole new world, a whole new reality. And it is that magical. It's going to be slow and a really hard process, just like growing, kids getting growing pains, us if we're in the gym, things like that. But it's all going to be worth it, all the pain. We got the sea jellies, jellyfish. Wow, I mean, they are like the embodiment of just pure consciousness, right? Just floating in the water. Let's see. I don't know a lot about jellyfish, but they're pretty magical. I just see it as just like spirit, in form, experiencing. I mean, that's everything, but I just feel like there's such a purity to them. The thing with humans is, like, we are in God's image, right? And we're more complex. The further you get from source, and the more you go into the darkness, the more nuggets, the more gold and gems you're going to bring up to the surface. So there's that. I'm going to read from the book for this one. Number 13. Sea jellies, orchestrated ease. I love that. That's what we've been talking about, getting into the flow, even with the weather, the moon cycles, because that's what Spirit first got my attention on. And then it gets deeper and deeper, and then you'll have awakenings to get you into more flow. And you've probably experienced this, because I'm hoping to start attracting people that have been through these awakenings, at least one initial one, so you know what I'm talking about. And they're disturbing and they shake you up, but just like science proves, like, most people's brains will kind of just like stop growing so much, it won't have to reach neuroplasticity, that word, neuroplasticity, until it goes through like extreme trauma or really emotional charged experiences, or like survival mode, or like just something where you have an extreme situation that puts you back in survival mode. It makes your brain go into that flexible mode where it rewires and relearns. So that could be something for you to help you process things. Oh, spellbinding traveler, may the tides of fortune bless you. For surely one so calm in the current is at its mercy. The elegance of your wave dance with its fanciful fluctuations lulls the observer to believe you arrived here by chance. But it is by your design, not a whim of destiny. You marked this spot, charted your course, and here you are with the keys to your treasure. Yeah, and a lot of people may look at you and you may experience this, and this may be one of the things you struggle with the most, is like people looking at you and seeing your light, and on those good days, that you bring that forward, they think it's just that, oh, she's just blessed, she's lucky, and they are jealous and they hate and they project, right? When they have no idea all the things you've went through that have created you into this person. And so it's maybe really hard for you, and Spirit just asks you to never dim your light or who you are, okay? Because people are always going to be jealous and judge and misjudge you. It's none of your business what other people think. That was one of the most freeing things I've ever heard. And it's true. But when a tricky tide arises, you face it with the practiced poise and measured beat of a maestro. You draw from the future to propel you from the past with rhythmic efficacy, leaving trails of protection and carrying the keys. Wow, beautiful. I've been thinking about this a lot too, so I've been really drawn to get this message out to the collective also, that like the image of like the sun and the sun rays, or if you just picture in your mind's eye, right? Here's source, everything that we're connected to, the all-knowing, and here's us, a branch. We're still connected. And I used to kind of think of it differently, but it's like we came out here, and so that's why they're just every spiritual person says we're remembering, because we know how to go back, because we already walked away and separated, came into birth, into earth, and now we're remembering how to walk back to source. So a lot of people think it's like, it's both, like time isn't even real. And that was one of my first awakening. My first awakening was losing the concept of time, and it was the scariest thing I've ever experienced in my entire life, especially because I was completely sober. I didn't use plant medicines, and that's why I don't use plant medicines, and I won't. I mean, things could change, life is so fluid, but at least my relationship with spirit and my awakening is, spirit doing yoga and breath work actually releases like DMT, which is like the strongest psilocybin or psychoactive, the thing like mushrooms, right? But it's way stronger. But so that stuff does release. So spirit will release these things within your brain when you need it. There's like, I don't even know, but the majority of our brain is just potential, right? And so when spirit knows that we're ready for certain integrations, they can release these chemicals in our brain and give us the experiences we need. And so that's what awakenings, I think, are on a scientific level, and God and just the whole orchestration of it all. And that's what this card was about, right? Yeah, orchestrated ease. And so, yeah, all of this has been designed by you, the walking away from source and the coming back. And you right now in this present moment. So you can do all that and more and still have the energy to shine. That's what I was saying. People, you can't let other people bring your light down. This is so important, because I know my collective needs this, because this is one of the biggest things I struggle with human connections, period. Okay, so I send out love to you if you're struggling with that. Okay. And there are people out there that are aware enough and love themselves enough and are enlightened enough that will appreciate your shine and not be intimidated by it and love you for it and not be jealous. So just save your light for people like that, your intimate light, right? We can still shine out because God's light, the sun, but we're not giving away ourselves anymore or waiting for approval or dimming ourselves because other people are uncomfortable. Your luminescence, a light in troubled waters, adds to the mesmeric nature of your swift and steady progress. You do make it look easy. And when you heard that, that might have almost offended you. Like, you don't even want to hear that because it has been so hard for you. And maybe you're shocked even hearing that, thinking no one would even think that you make it look easy, but you do. Those who navigate these waters alongside you know what it takes, but others cannot appreciate the breadth of your efforts or the small joys that fuel you. Yeah, you really have learned through spirit and your awakenings to appreciate the small things like nature. So if you ever feel like you're going manic and really really spiraling down that rabbit hole that you don't need to go down anymore, right? You've already went through the dark night of the soul. Spirit wants you to know that. And we don't need to go drowning in those waters anymore. We can just dip our toes in now and help the collective. That's our shadow work, you know. Once you really process your shadow, I think that's why we all start, the people who are really doing this work, they, after a while, feel that pull so hard to do it for the collective, because then you can pull out of your own cycles into the shadow and start working on a bigger collective scale, right? And that kind of pulls you out of your own spirals and patterns, and you can kind of get more into the web and flow of everything. I've never thought of it like that. I swear to God. So I love spirit, you know. That just clicked different for me in a new way. The echoes of past, future, and what was present are fuzzy, but if you adjust your stance, you can make out the points you need to triangulate your position. This is not a simple task. While lightning disrupts the night, thunder rolls through the valleys, and wind roils the water. This tempest was designed to confuse. Yeah, you now know that, like, your dark night of the soul was for a purpose, for a reason. Because we wouldn't know the light or be able to appreciate the good things that are about to come. Between outbursts, you find your bearings and begin to plot your course home. Yeah, we're walking each other all home. You need not wait for the storm to subside, as your humble wings can elevate you to dazzling heights. Like I said, I was like, really, you're gonna have me bring this message through when that's what I'm struggling with? Like, no, that's how spirit works in presence. You can journey above and beyond the cacophonous clouds as soon as you know where you are. Without that clear starting point, any flight will be baffling and misdirected. So wait for the percussion to rest and feel into the stillness to find your pointers. Storm makers can time their chaos for deliberate and dramatic effect. Yeah, Spirit's getting, that's beautiful. That's a gift. I just got a message that a gift that's coming to you is that you're going to be able to easily transform your chaos now. You're going to be able to harness it, and that sounds so backward, but I mean, you even think about a tornado, it has to be within that one, there's that central focus point, right? It's not just a whole forest, just all of a sudden, you know, normally there's like a point. So you're going to get to where you can direct this energy of chaos in your life, rather than where before you thought it was coming in because spirit, you wouldn't listen or you weren't in flow, so spirit would have to come in. And there's a fly on my camera. I do not like flies. They're so nosy. Can't teach certain people to not like shit, okay? And anytime I see a fly, it reminds me of certain people in my life, okay? Anyway, sorry, I got so sidetracked. That's another thing, like, don't let, like, flies in your life sidetrack you from your whole purpose. They're just going around looking for shit. Okay, you have better things to focus on than a fly trying to cause problems, okay? But yeah, so you're going to be able to now direct your chaos. You can harness it because now you understand that the only reason these huge, you know, traumas and interventions were coming in is because you weren't in flow with yourself, your body. Right here, right now, you were getting pulled to this and that, what I should do, what society is, what, you know, and then you're trying so hard till you burn out, or like spirit can't watch you go into zombie mode. And if you feel like, why me, why does everything always have to get torn down? Because spirit loves you so much. Okay, you're eternal soul, you're one of God's strongest warriors. Like, we need you. You know, you think about this ball of light, this oneness, this source. No matter what, there's always, oh my God, this fly. I'm sorry, it's a weird thing I have, because it really does remind me of people. And, yeah, but you think about it. The one God, everything, the light, there's always going to be darkness around the one. And so oh my gosh, this is a beautiful message. And so, us light beings, star seeds, God's children, pure, loving souls that are going to go back to the light and didn't give up and sell our soul to the devil and just stay in the darkness, the void of nothingness and no boundaries. When we reincarnate into human bodies to come guide and learn ourselves, okay, again and again, because we're always learning, we're like on the battlegrounds. And right now, I don't know if you can see it, if you look really closely, these trees are like this one, like these, you can see, boop, yeah, these ones are burnt. Like half the trees out here are half burnt, and then about a quarter of a mile this way is the line where it actually got completely scarred, burned up, the trees, right? And so right now on earth, at the time we're in now, in this present moment, I'm not speaking for all, I'm never speaking truths forever. I'm talking in the moment, and you're on this wavelength with me and resonating in this moment now. We are on the battlegrounds of right where we're getting burned a little. Some people around us, some other star seeds are getting burned, right? We're going through the fire. And Spirit just wants you to stay centered and know that you will always be protected, and you're always going back to the light, your eternal soul. That is the truth. And as we're heading towards the light and more of us are channeling this light into our bodies, embodying it into the earth, you know, the more the darkness is going to be shown too. So just be prepared with that, with strength, and knowing that you're fine, you're safe. Because like, ow, sorry, my back hurts. See, I started to overwork, and I've had this happen. This happened last winter, and I didn't stop. I didn't listen to the signs. I was panicking, kept going until I couldn't get out of bed for like a month. I couldn't even feed myself. I ended up getting more sick than I ever have in my entire life, just laying in bed for days, squirming and like crying because my whole body hurt. It was insane. I don't know. Like, I never even went to the doctor or anything, but because I knew it was all spiritual. And never do that with yourself. You need to know yourself. I've really been on this journey for a really long time. And I actually used to have really serious health issues before my awakening, and then the awakening made it worse because I really had to dive into it and learn what was making me sick. And now I literally have no, I have some and they do come back, but it's only when I'm not listening to my body and spirit in the flow. I think it's just I've had so many incarnations before that I wasn't listening, that in this life it has to become physical, like when I'm not in flow. And because I'm an overly hard worker my whole life, and so that's you too, I'm sure, otherwise I wouldn't be speaking this to you. And so yeah, that's probably a really strong message, that maybe some of your health issues, still go to the doctor, check in, you know, keep yourself safe. But I just got to a point where I knew what was going on. But anyway, sorry, damn fly again. Yeah, and with this fly coming in so much, I didn't want to say this because I don't like to tap into this, but just never play into like black magic, dark magic, or people are using just their energy in dark ways. That's what it really is, using God's light and energy and magic for evil ways. Don't ever participate in that. Give it up to God, ask for protection, and send it back. Because, some people really are just dark. And they like the darkness, and even their body and the chemicals in their body and their brains are wired different than us. And science is now finally proving that, and we can see. So these people actually get off on their bodies, even chemically, their brains, on negative experiences, trauma, fear. So don't be naive. Send it back. Send it back. I used to process this shit for people, and I ended up very sick. Because I thought I had to be holy, and always be the bigger person. Sending it back is not about being, not being the bigger person. It's about, they like that shit, just like a fly. Send it back. Some flies like shit. Some human brains are wired to like shit. And if they think they need to send that to God's children, no. What keeps God is his boundaries. Why do you think we have to work so hard and go through spiritual awakenings? Why do you think it's not fun and easy? Because there's always that one guy that ruins it for everyone, the devil, and then all of his minions. So if you've noticed your life is really hard, it's because God loves you so much. That sounds so backwards, because then you can think about it, the gifts that you do have now, that you've worked so hard for, and all the beautiful gems you've gotten from the trauma, and really working on yourself, forgiving and loving and growing. Now the light that you hold, and the strength and power and the wisdom and the things that you hold within that you don't even tell people, they're earned. And that anyone else that has these gifts and have earned them. And so when you feel frustrated, why so many tests, why is this so hard, think of it as thank God, thank you, it is so hard. It's because we don't want everyone in this club. And that's just what it is. Let them go create their freaking dark witchy shit, okay? I'm gonna go over here and be a good witch and channel the light and bring the light into the earth. Send it back. It took me literally a year of dealing with witchcraft, negative witchcraft, okay? I do positive spell work focused on me and my loved ones in a good way. But anyway, people do dark magic. Okay, so, and the only way that they can attach and their magic works is if there's darkness within you. And so when I was dealing with this with people, I was getting, their magic was working, because there were still things in me that I had to realize, because I was actually getting angry and letting my emotions and my spiritual body play with theirs. And that's how they're able to do anything. And then once I stopped and sent it to God and sent it back, or gave it to God, really what I would say is, God, witness this, shed light and see everything that is going on here with me and them, and help me see where I need to be more pure, okay? And teach them so they will leave me alone. Think more like that. God, witness all of this and teach me what I need to know, and them, so that this bond can break, and whatever demons in me are playing with them can separate. Bifurcation. Rebuke my enemies. God, rebuke my enemies. Send it back. God, bifurcate. Bifurcation. We're going through that process. We're at that point on earth. And that's why there's so much of the separation. It's becoming so obvious, these evil people. Because the more our light starts to shine, it's going to bring out more shadows and more things in the dark, right? The more God reincarnates and is able to embody, the more we're able to embody the light within us and be that higher self, that higher light, the more we're going to be able to see the darker things that have been hiding in the shadows for eternity. on earth manifest. As above, so below. What's going on here is going on in heaven, and we're going through the process of bifurcation. And this is eternal, but we have to always keep doing this. Okay? For God. Yeah, don't be victim. We are not victim to any of this. So I was saying, with the dark magic, the only way it's going to work is if there's a demon within you. So as soon as you clear and you come to God humbly and really ask for him to show you why their witchcraft is working, then you'll be able to purify and then release them. And then once that happens, that's when it will actually send back. Once you've learned the lesson and purified yourself. Because witchcraft and spiritual attacks don't come. God won't even allow it to even come into your consciousness unless there's something within you that needs to learn about that. There's something at war within yourself so bad. There's something eating at you within so bad that God had to, the higher self within you, had to manifest it outside of you so you could see it and purge it. And then once you purge that within you, then that it severs that tie with that person. Nurturance, patience, unconditional love, joy in giving birth to life. Yeah, and be loving and nurturing to yourself when you're letting go of the victim within you, okay? Rather than, it's like, rather than judging yourself for being the victim and staying in that consciousness, hold your inner child and say, it's okay, you are actually not victim. You just are learning. So many downloads are coming. You're learning how to love yourself. Even loving the parts of you that want to still be a victim, because then you don't have to own that shadow work within yourself, right? So just be gentle with yourself. Okay? Then we have bully and child orphan. Wow. Yeah, so what I'm getting is, yes, acknowledge you were a victim in childhood. That's what I'm getting from these cards. I didn't want that. These heavier things I keep trying to resist, but a lot of my work, spiritual work, is going to be helping people process these heavier things. But you were a victim. Okay, you were bullied as a child, and a lot of it you don't even remember. Okay, maybe you're one of those people that has forgotten most of your childhood because it was so traumatic, right? And I'm sending you love, okay? But this was to teach you so you could build the mother archetype within yourself. I feel like you're ready to receive that. People who are on my channel, I feel like we're at that stage now where we can really hold ourselves rather than feeling ashamed. Yes, we were a victim, and yes, we still feel that residue, and we're still attracting relationships that sometimes put us in that, because we are human, we're always growing and learning, right? But we're getting to where we're actually letting go of that victim mentality. It comes back sometimes, but we're able to witness it when we get in this space and we feel ourselves in this energy, and we can switch it to nurturing the child within rather than guilt and victim, and swinging back and forth, right, with ourselves. And just acknowledging that and being gentle and not scapegoating ourselves like our family did, right? We were bullied and neglected as a child. Even if you don't remember, I think you may have been. Maybe like before 5. Things you don't remember, you weren't told. And so just having compassion that these things do still affect you, and they're here for a reason. So I just want to pull one more card. I'll pull 2 more cards and then close out because I just hit low battery. And this has been, a long message. And my body is healing from decades, actually, at this point, which is crazy. 2 decades of overworking physically very hard. But look what just came out, shape-shifting. But the thing is, our DNA is so much more intelligent than we think. We aren't stuck in anything from the past. That was just a learning thing, and it just took that long for us to learn. To nurture ourselves. And you could see it on the microcosm, the as above, so below, within a lot of female women or men too. Look at the earth. She's getting raped and, oh my gosh, I shouldn't use that word on this channel. But, you know, like just getting dug up and trees cut down and just over the industrial age, right? So we're learning with nature. That's why everyone says, like, heal yourself, heal the world. Like, we really are the stewards of the land. And God needs us too. He's here in the source. How does he stay so pure? He needs all aspects of himself to keep fighting the good fight, always, eternally growing, eternally evolving. And this is really how I think most of the day. That's why it's so hard for me to function in, like, society and normal jobs, 9 to 5, things like that. I really, really struggle. Get high social anxiety, so that may be you, and I just wanted to share that so you know you're not alone. And we have breach, whale breach. Yeah, this goes back, we're circling back to the frog. We started with a message with the frog. You're about to step into a whole nother world. Okay, one last card. It's going to feel like your first breath, like real breath, even though you're still on earth. And we have imposing, powerful, moose, independent. And the thing that's crazy about moose is, like, they're super aggressive too if you get close. So Spirit's saying keep up your protection. You know, your antlers are there for a reason. Don't shame the parts of you. They're there for a reason. God made you unique for a reason. Independent, time alone, attitude is everything. Cool, calm, and collected, confident, solidarity. Yeah, if anyone tries to come, because I've actually had people say this to me, and I thought it was a joke. I, like, laughed it off and realized, no, they're actually serious. Like, oh, I saw your piece, and I had to disrupt it, and they actually ended up very horribly disrupting it. So if people tell you who they are, show you who they are, that's the truth. Don't lie to yourself, or wear rose-colored glasses. Yeah, and this came out while I'm talking. New beginnings, spring, coming alive, rejuvenated. Alright, I could talk forever. I'm gonna stop. Yeah. Sending you light, okay? Truth, love, nurturing.